Whoa, whoa, what's the bit rate going on here? It's in the red. Don't ask for much, but holy smokes, that's something else. Hold up, let me mess around a little bit. Make sure the encoder is not frying itself to death. I don't know why I'm talking with an accent now, but it's just something that kicked in. Oh, I started the wrong game too. Dadgummit. Believe you me, I don't actually have an accent. It's just something that automatically switched in for no apparent reason, but I can't blame anything than the misfortune of my youth. And adopting an accent was something to actually strive for. Just like how people try to go for a British accent, an Irish accent, a Welsh accent. I don't know what kind of accent they have at their repertoire, but needless to say, that is something that's going to be out of the ordinary if you believe everything that goes on in that person's head. I'm not even from the South. That's the worst part about it, but it's something that comes up once in a blue moon. But anyway, here we are with the nice another stream, just getting ourselves used to the whole rigmarole. I got Chaos sitting on the side of me. And she draws a very wonderful, very cute collage, I think it is. Oh, let me stop. Yeah, let me actually stop before I actually do have an accent and I just get stuck with it for a good amount of time, and I'll be right at home in like Louisiana. Because that would be kind of a pain in the rear now, don't you think? Yeah, that's actually going to be a real pain. But it's not my problem until it becomes a problem. You gotta know how to have that southern hospitality in your heart before you get it out to someone else in the world. And not the kind of southern hospitality that you're gonna be force feeding biscuits and gravy to some poor sap at a Cracker Barrel. Why'd you go to a Cracker Barrel for authentic country food when you could also go to the countryside and get your grandma to make some grits and gravy? It ain't my problem though. It ain't. Believe me. In any case, let's just get something to play on the background. Holy smokes. I'll be honest, I haven't really touched Asher Lane, but maybe someday I might actually play it for a bit. If that mobile game version or gacha version hasn't been much of an issue to me, I probably would have been invested a lot more often. In games like Fate Grand Order and Azure Lane, just to name a few. But my inner cheap ass just kicks in the moment that happens and I start getting tired. Maybe that could be compounded to the fact that I usually have a really bad sleeping schedule and I can never really balance things out until it just knocks me out. And it just keeps me from spending any kind of money whatsoever. That, and if the gameplay isn't all that great to me, it's just gonna be one of those other games that's gonna sit on my phone. Like on my other phone, I have like Honkai Impact. Gameplay's really good, but the fact that my phone gets hot, the battery just gets unbearably hot after a certain point, and I cannot play it whatsoever for long periods of time. So I would probably have to settle just using like Mimu. I mean, after my whole ordeal with BlueStacks and me losing a lot of important data that pretty much determined my access to one of my PSO2 accounts, I'm never touching BlueStacks again. But at the same time, my computer was kind of a dwindling trash bucket. It was going on its years, needless to say. It was already on its way through, and there was nothing much else I could do about it. Other than just hope for the best. Actually have enough money in order to buy a new laptop, and just go about my merry way after that. Which I did. I did have enough money in order to buy a used laptop after the previous laptop I had. Its displays, mostly the backlight of it, stopped working. And what led to that happening was a slew of other issues that was going on inside the computer. Maybe because I probably got dropped a few times. Maybe because it might have been the battery that I replaced it with. Maybe it might have been a whole bunch of other things that could have led up to that point. But I wasn't going to really hazard messing around with it too much because I've taken apart that laptop multiple times. And what happened was that the band to connect to it was loose. In fact, it was practically frayed. It was practically frayed. Like any amount of stress, just the slightest touch of it, the slightest touch on it would have broken it off completely. And anybody that has taken apart laptops for a living knows the absolute hellacious experience of trying to root bands in and out of the motherboard. It is never fun. Never has been, never will be. Especially if you have to take apart every single part of the laptop in order to get to that part. It's never fun. And I've done it. It was an HP laptop, an HP Pavilion DV4. Definitely lasted me through the long haul since late high school into my sophomore to junior year of college, and after that, I just started kicking a shit bucket. Needless to say, I hopped on from one laptop to the next. It was a used Lenovo ThinkPad. It was slightly more powerful than the previous laptop I had, but that still ain't saying much because laptops aren't meant to be powerful in the first place. That's why whenever you hear someone say, "Oh, I have a gaming laptop," that is the biggest oxymoron that you can ever think of. A laptop that is meant for gaming? Why not just get a rig for? Why not just build a rig for relatively less the price than you would spend for a gaming laptop? Like, I can understand if it's for like streaming purposes and you want to be on the go, but it's not really doing you much favors if you just want to stand up to the big dogs. Like you, but then again, there's always that one kind of person that just builds like the most high spec balls to the wall, expensive rig, and they play the most basic looking games imaginable. They play the most basic looking games imaginable, or even some old games too. It just reminds me of that one image I think I've seen on Twitter where it's just them just doing just that. They spend a freakishly large amount of money and have like some really powerful parts. And then the first thing they do is just fire Fightcade, which is like a an arcade board emulator for mostly like the classic stuff like CPS 1, 2, and 3, Neo Geo, so on and so forth. And they play King of Fighters 98. King of Fighters 98. Hey, Seiko? Yeah, I'll most likely talk in the chat every now and then too. If you're at work and you probably don't want to have like someone just looking over your back say, "Oh, who are you watching?" He sounds entertaining. Let me put some. Hours. I can even last 1 minute with a child. I can't. I'm no good with kids. Never been good with kids. Like as soon as like I hold on to one of them, no, as soon as I hold on to one, they start crying because I just have no idea what to do with them. That's why in my entire life, it's gonna be an absolute mission not to have kids. Oh, they're a bundle of joy. They're an expensive bundle of a whole bunch of other things. But it's all a matter of just raising them right, raising them to kind of take on the world and not be swept into a lot of confusion. Because believe me, there's a lot of things in this world that you really do not want to have your child exposed to. But the one thing I can kind of vouch for is I could probably be a cool uncle. I think I already got one part of that cool uncle package down right. But the whole thing about that is just I'm very aloof on that regard. Let's try out Natatsky Raptor for a moment. Probably need some more Palestine parts too, so I might as well just farm this area for a bit. Hey, Digi! How's it going? How you been, by the way? Oh, let me see. Oh wait, I hate when it does that. Doesn't save the name. I've been doing pretty good myself. I've been actually taking it a little bit easier, just relaxing a little bit, kind of easing myself. So man, I'm starting to forget the words, but what I'm trying to say is I'm relaxing a little bit to the point where when my classes start, I won't be missing out too much, because I'm going to be starting off an IT course starting on Monday. That's going to be spanning for 12 weeks, and it's like 5 days a week, 9 to 4, sometimes 9 to 5. So I'm going to be grinding out. I'm probably not going to be streaming as much as I want, but I'll manage something just to kind of satiate the hunger a little bit. Yep. I'm actually looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it because it's one of those things I have been meaning to do, but I decided that maybe college was probably the better choice, and it does kind of give you a bit of like a safety net because you have a degree, but at the same time the cost benefit analysis doesn't really match up. So if anything, I'm just kind of recouping a huge loss through a gamble from a very long Hail Mary. But I'm hoping this works out. Wrong gender for it. I guess you probably had some account of someone being like discriminated or something that kind of discouraged you from kind of interacting with that kind of field. I mean, you might have to educate me on that because I honestly don't know. And just hearing someone else from yeah, that could definitely do it. Yeah, so they pretty much put you through like an extra microscope, if you will. Like, do you know this? Do you know that? All the annoying wheelhouse moments. Yeah, that is really messed up. It is really, it's actually messed up that that's still a thing. And you know what? They probably don't even think too much of it because they're looking to maintain some sort of status quo. And once it becomes like an actual civil case that's brought to their doorstep, it's gonna be hell in a hamster ball. So I can definitely understand why that could be a point of contention. That is such grimy that is actually grimy. That is not anything you would say and close the doors, man. Like I hope that in some point someone just kind of hot mics them. Hot mics any kind of interviewer or any person in that particular position. And when the word comes out, they'll just look like they're gonna have to eat so much crow for the rest of their lives that they're gonna have to eat bowl upon bowl of crow. Because you don't say anything like that. And this is California, right? You think somewhere that is close to like Silicon Valley would actually be a little bit more open to the idea of having like more female employment. But nope. That's never gonna happen right there if that's gonna be a thing. Bunch of arrogant yuppies thinking that they're hot shit. That's usually what it boils down to. And if it's anything, the whole ordeal with like Activision Blizzard that's going on right now might just also stem to just the entire tech field in general. Gaming is just one of those hot spots because it's very marketable. But who knows where else that kind of culture lies, really. And it's rather scary to think about because if discrimination is that rife to the point where it's extremely open, where they don't even have to worry too much about like any civil suit coming to their doorstep, they are much more brazen at the fact that the money that they recoup and the marketing that they have will just blindside everything else. All the recruits are middle-aged. Oh, that's the classic. That's the classic. And believe me, I'll sound pessimistic when I say this, but it's gonna take a lot more than just lawsuits in order for that kind of thing to really make an impact. No more slacktivism. No more people just being armchair warriors and thinking that they know the law, unless if they're actual lawyers. But you also gotta be mindful that it requires a little bit of delicacy too. We gotta hit them where it hurts. Not only their pockets, but the optics as well. Because they're gonna invest in a lot of means in order to keep themselves in tip-top shape. They have union busters working under them on their payroll. And they can be all mushy-gushy all they want. It ain't gonna change the fact that they're gonna turn their back as quick as possible as soon as they see the slightest bit of green. Oh, what's good, Grim? Yeah, out here, hogging. Yeah, they usually think that way too. She's a bit soft. She's not gonna be able to handle our kind of workplace. And then you surprise him by just showing how boss ass you are and just make him really eat a humble pie straight through a straw. But the fact that someone has to play hardball in order to even make some kind of impact still sounds preposterous. Doing Pog Hunt. Josh P. Henderson. You trying to relive the legacy, Crim? Like, I think it just died down in popularity after a while. Was he supposed to have like some sort of debate or some kind of meetup with Dr. Umar Johnson? I remember something about that, but that probably faded into obscurity after a while. So in a sense, he was. Yeah, it was just classic manipulation right there. Probably also had yes a liaison. Yeah, it really is some shit, man. It really is. It's also funny. They act like there's no lawsuit coming their way. All it takes is just one terry cloth individual to really just tear them a new one. One terry cloth individual with the money to hire lawyers. What? And it just gets worse and worse. So he had you working double time. Kind of reminds me when I was working at like an e-commerce place. I wasn't really thinking too much of it, to be quite honest. But when they asked me that if I was okay with lifting heavy boxes, it should have clicked in my mind that they wanted me to do some like heavy lifting. Granted, I was working in a bit of a warehouse, but I mostly applied for a position that was primarily customer service. And then fast forward to like a few months later, I end up doing like picking and packing. So I'm actually stuffing the contents of the products, which were basically underwear, women's underwear. Individually stuffing them. Something that I was not hired to do. Granted, I still had the initial obligations of like doing shipping, making sure that things were going out properly. That stuff. Like the whole heavy lifting thing wasn't really the thing that bothered me too much. But it still kind of felt weird that my entire job started shifting from one perspective to another after a certain point. I'm not gonna go in any further as far as like the other details of what I went through in that job, but it was clear as day, probably from like week 2 or 3, that they were absolutely incompetent. Like, how do you not have your health insurance stuff together? I had to fix an NTPC. It was definitely for 50 pounds. I almost broke the what? They got you fixing that heavy thing. Why? Why? Man, oh man. Now, I also got to ask, was that particular place a very upscale? Was it in a very upscale location, or was it more like the boonies? That could probably also compound the issue there. Because my oh yep, it compounds the issue. So you probably had like some very disrespectful people just walking on in, thinking they have no idea what's going on in their little computer. Next thing you know, it's the guy that's behind the counter that's trying to talk shop that just puts you on the forefront of everything else that he should be doing. Probably just like cut costs and whatnot. They think they're slick. That's a major thing. They think they're slick by trying to cut costs, but in fact, it's not doing them any favors whatsoever. Yep, the double Bigot Burger Classic with extra cheese and enough prunes in order to make a man just do backflips on a public stall. It's honestly amazing. Because you think you think in your head that there's probably a person that doesn't exist like that. But lo and behold, someone just shows up at your doorstep and they are the exact thing you don't want them to be. So what was this Mr. Truman looking for? Just another white dude in order to do like the maintenance? For someone that isn't Hispanic? Because he came to the wrong place if that's the case. Oh, okay. Hi, Mr. Truman. I'm going to a store that is nearby a Mexican supermarket where there is most likely a huge possibility of the entire employment being Hispanic or anything within that ballpark. I don't want a single one of them touching my stuff because I'm afraid that they might steal something. That sounds right on the money, right, Tiger? About Mr. Truman? I was just kind of giving like a bit of an impression of what Mr. Truman's thought process would be. Because you have to be some real piece of work to go to a tech repair store nearby a Mexican supermarket where you would know that there is a huge majority of people working there that are Hispanic, and you do not want a single person working there to touch your stuff. He was rude in the politest way. It's the how'd it go again? When it comes to like people in New York, people are not kind, but they're nice. But when it comes to like the West Coast, people are kind but not nice. I think that's what it was. They try to be offhandedly polite, when in fact they're being as backhanded as possible. An entity that whips out. Oh dear lord. And when you say diskettes, you mean like the floppy disks? Oh dear. Oh man. It just gets better and better. What kind of clown car situation is all of that? But I guess If someone put out in the window that we fix anything and everything, that might be one of those moments there. But there has to be some sort of limit. Yeah, I can imagine. I can honestly imagine that just constantly being drained one after another. It's just one BS ticker to another. And once that ticker hits max, you just officially say, yep, I'm done. I'm out of here. Peace. I'm gone. Deuces. And it really puts things into perspective too. Like, what kind of things can I put onto someone else that I hate to experience? I see. Yeah, that can definitely tug at the heartstrings a little bit too. Man's probably in his like late 70s, and you are on your own. You left a 50-pound hunk of junk. Let's be real there. It's a hunk of junk at that point. And I'm pretty sure a tech store doesn't really have anything to kind of wheel those heavy machinery too. So something like what you had happen to you happen. Never expect. Yep. It's always the curveballs. I'm probably gonna be experiencing something like that sooner or later. If I don't get my stuff, time to fix Windows XP and oh no. But I guess that also kind of makes a bit of sense that in a neighborhood like that, most people are probably still running stuff like Windows XP because they're not as tech savvy. I don't want to put that generalization out there, but that's why I kind of surmise. Yeah, hopefully I won't have to deal with like any kind of floppy disk or any micro disk or UMDs. Nope. Hope I don't have to deal with any of that, but I have a good feeling that if I do end up working in a very old-fashioned place, I'm gonna have to brace myself. I'm gonna have to brace myself one way or another, whether I like it or not. Because at that point, it's Murphy's Law. Where anything that can go wrong will go wrong, and anything that will go wrong will most likely mess with you to no end. So, I gotta keep my head up high. So now I actually got a full perspective of what you were talking about earlier, and it just kind of pisses me off to no end too. You think people will start to be a little bit more professional, but it all ends up as some sort of click. Yep, that's the best way to go about it. If you don't want to deal with anybody else's, BS, you gotta start your own business. You gotta be in control of everything. You also gotta really undercut the competition that has been doing you wrong for the longest. And then when you start going on your up and up, get a good reputation. You really have like a golden goose egg right there. Because if anything, everything that you strive for can be like a long-witted series of revenge plots. Because that can pretty much be multiplied by the fact that if you have like another location available, you're already expanding beyond what your competition could ever muster. So, yep, you just gotta put yourself out there, make some smart business decisions, work with your community, first and foremost. Yeah, just try to curry a little bit of favor here and there, and then you can just really go to town with, like, other forms of marketing and whatnot. You just gotta plot things out like a conniving villain at times too. Because you are in turn responsible for your empire. And when you want the empire to grow, you have to do things by the book and by the numbers. And just have your own identity to it as well. And then when you see the people that have did you wrong, you could just stand with pride, your chest puffed out, and two middle fingers stuck up right in front of their faces and say, "Ha! How's the view from down there?" Or you could probably do like in part 6 of like JoJo's, just different forms of like FU. There's a classic American middle finger, there's the Italian brush off, the Japanese uppercut. I think that was pretty much all of them though. I forgot to upgrade my backpack, but I could probably just mess around with something else at that point. I could probably do a hardcore run of something else. And you find out, ah, nice, nice. Is it like a mix of like Safe at Work, or is it, wait, is it a mix of like SFW and NSFW, or is it purely one or the other? Ah, nice, nice. And yeah, you gotta use whatever you have in your arsenal, use it to its greatest advantage. If you got an accent that can really turn some people into like fireflies in the night sky, you got something. Set them alight, make them feel things that I never thought they could ever feel before. But I wish you all the best. Because sometimes it's not easy starting out, unless if you really hit like a very particular niche or something that you've been having your eyes on. But the more you work at it, you're gonna see some ridiculous progress come around. And you'll be surprised at how much you improve, especially if you work with other people. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's all about driving what kind of wild reaction you can get from whatever you voiced. Because the more you have fun with it, the more you feel like you can kind of get away with some things in terms of like the voice process. And especially if you have like a character in mind that you know you're in that particular range for, you can do a lot of wonderful things with that. Like part of the reason why I chose Kaya in some of the stuff I voiced was because his voice range was close to mine. Many have said that too. Mostly the You probably see her every now and then. Bounce Sweet. We talk from time to time, so she knows exactly why I chose him for that particular reason, and it fits. So just playing to your strengths and finding like characters or a specific range that you have that target down pat, it always works out. Wait, let me go back. I played Overwatch with my mic on, and people thought I was one of the voice actors, or that I was an oldie player. I'm guessing that was for Ana, right? If he's the only old one that I can think of, it has to be Ana. Oh, Sombra, Symmetra, or Widowmaker. Ah. Oh, what a... Prim, you son of a gun. You ain't slick. You know exactly what I hate. You know exactly what I hate, and you safeguarded it too. But you also forgot the fact that I reserved the right to say anything. Unless if you actually paid me. But, well, even then, if you paid me, if it's something out of pocket, I'm still not going to voice it. It's in the fine print, man. You gotta read the fine print. That's how you save yourself from a whole lot of other issues. The moment you read the fine print is the moment you can actually save yourself from getting scammed any further. But that's pretty poggers, man. That's pretty poggers. Alright, you happy now? You happy? You satisfied? Are you not entertained? It sucks I can't steer the beam too. Oh no! Kind of set. Oh, don't you do this to me. I swear, you do not do this to me. I don't know even if there's like a time limit for the whole no cursing thing, because I would be raining down fire and fury with my mouth. Hey. It's supposed to be a family friend. Someone redeemed that other reward system on what family friendly is. Someone do that for me because I'm kind of preoccupied at the moment, but you know the answer. But this stream was never family friendly. This channel was never family friendly. Let's get that first and foremost. If I was family friendly, you would not have a no cursing thing there. D-E-A-D, dead. So there's my answer. Yep. Like, I do have like the thing on Twitch that says it's for mature audiences only. Because let me be frank here. There could be a lot of weird stuff that goes on that passes through my chat on a good day. All the weird topics like NTR being mentioned that one time during the Divinity stream, and how the Prim slowly became addicted. How, I wouldn't say addicted, but got hooked onto it after our little discussion. What, you thought I was gonna forget that? We have video evidence, man. We have video evidence of you checking out the dojins for NTR, and yeah. No lying about that. You want me to pull up the links? You want to pull up the tapes? You want me to do that? We can do that, Grim. You want to test that, though? Yeah, there was no sauce, too. You know the reason why, Grim? Payback for making me say poggers. It's well deserved at that point. Recommend your channel for what? Yep, there's that laugh. There's that laugh. Y'all sick? Takes one to know one, man. You ain't even. Okay, you are actually you are capping the. You're you, man. You might as well have a branch of lids right now because of the amount of cap that you have on your store. Hold up. I'm breaking out the tapes. I'm breaking out the tapes. Vanilla's good. Vanilla is really good. But you just want something that has a little bit more spice and edge to it. Here. I'm not going to play it on stream because I have something to kind of really focus on at the moment. But yeah, you get the idea. Oh, ranged weapon penetration. And if you try to sidestep that with green too, he's gonna expose you on the same thing. We were all there. Let's remind you. We were all there on that discussion. Alright, let me switch soundtracks because it's already over. Yep, you heard the lady. You heard the lady. Well, what would you expect? I had my feet into NSFW voice acting for a little bit. I got a side sec rim. Well then. I think in this case it's bueno. Bueno. Muy bien, in fact. I mean, do you have what it takes, Grim? It might be quite the challenge for you. Those Imami techniques are probably going to be razor sharp if you give him a good amount of time. Yeah, this is definitely not family friendly whatsoever, man. Not one bit. Oh wow, that's a ground break? Just 8-time stomp? Oh dear lordy, lordy, lord. This is why I love streaming so much. This is why I love streaming so much, because when it's the interaction between me and the stream, some wonderful things happen. And when you have wonderful things happen, you got golden moments that are probably going to be immortalized. So you're probably gonna. So let me get this straight, Grim. You're gonna go up. You're gonna come up to her. You're gonna have that bib ready, and you're gonna walk up to her and say, "Hey, girl, let me crack them thighs open." Is that what's gonna happen? You got a Joe's Crab Shack bib. Just ready to throw down. Oh, hey, yo. Oh, there's a challenge. There's a challenge indeed. I don't know, man. You might be in danger, Grim. You might be in danger. But that would be the best way to go, man. What, you don't want to be suffocated by thighs? Or the chesticles? Where's your motivation? I thought you were ready to go down, man. Oh, the slam dunk! What is this? Oh, from downtown! Why there's two of them? Trying to have multiple? Oh, and just to kind of put some context, it's not Barack Obama, it is Majin Obama. Majin Obama. But if you're trying to have multiple baby mamas, you better be prepared for the consequences. I already know that from an unfortunate situation. Not involving me. But it's an unfortunate situation nonetheless. I think that's the plan for a lot of people. That's if the Lambda and Delta variant don't get in the way of everything else. Because you know how that's gonna go. Lockdown extension number 2022. Yes. And now you're gonna have people who actually completely touch-starved. And then once 2023 rolls around, you are gonna have a huge baby boom of epic proportions. Mm-hmm. I see, I see. It's gonna be an interesting year if things actually do die down. Let's roll it again. Hold up, where is it? Well, let me see if I could up the volume on this too, because it sounds rather low. Oh, thank you, better Twitch TV. And it's all live too. Whoever said hack your account, they must have been pretty fast in order to hack your account and then just go back to normal. I want to see what I can do with like sound alerts though. I gotta see if I could just up the volume on that. Extensions. Yeah, the master volume is pretty high. It's maxed out too. Alright, let me test it. Let me test it before I move on to like something else. I just also gotta figure out where and how it plays on OBS so I can modify that.
That's right. 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 That's right.
Maybe it might be chat. Alright, let me try this one.
Family friendly is dead today. D-E-A-D.
Let's keep going. I could probably do like a couple more missions actually to mess around the test run a little bit further. Don't check it out. Now you got my attention too. So you're gonna have to provide the sauce one way or another. There's no escaping this. And it better not be emergence. That's piddly shit compared to what I've seen. The good old 17703. It's entry grade now. You know what that is? Well, don't worry about it. You're probably not gonna read it on your own time anytime soon. Bruce, you're pure, and yet you've read a couple and saved a couple NTR dojins. Where is that logical lie? Make it make sense, man. And the stuff you were saying a while ago, you are definitely not pure. What was that about cracking someone's thighs open like it's a crab? What do you mean? What do you mean? Got the timestamps and everything. But if only I could put the... Oh, actually. I could put it up on stream. So I honestly don't want to do that. I'm trying not to stoke the fires too much. But maybe, just maybe. Oh, bam! Actual evidence. You wanna know how this could all go away for future reference? Never use POG, POG, any emote, or make me say it. And you can actually say, this is all fabrication. As long as you swear on that. Cross your heart and hope to die. Looks like your Photoshop. How can I am not a Photoshop wizard, man. I'm not Maru. I'm not Maru nor Bafo. Yeah, even the cat knows you're lying. Smell from beyond the screen. No reason? You provided the reason. Don't try to pussyfoot around this. Shows evidence somehow got erased. Well, blame it on better Twitch TV for actually having a feature that does not allow anything to be cleared on my side. So, the chat is clear now, but I see everything else as clear as day. Sounds like a great time you'd be involved in, man. You'll love that. Oh, that I wouldn't wish on my even worst enemy. Stepping on a Lego? Yeah, that's kind of cruel. That's bad manners right there. Oh wow, I haven't. Oh, what's a deep war? Up here. Oh, wow, that sounds painful. Sounds to me you're gonna have to roll initiative, Krim. Not to step on something like that. Hope your agility stats are up high too. Hey Vic, what's going on? How you doing? Ah, nice on GBO2. That was fast. But hey, if Sazabi and New are there, then that means the Yak Doga is going to be right around the corner. And maybe the Psycho Gyaradoga. Or maybe even the Belter Chica's children stuff too. let me do like a few more missions and then I'll switch onto the build. All right. Yeah, after someone tried to deny their honest nature, she chose violence. I'm just saying. Hey, what's good, Chaos? Fancy meeting you here. We're just having a wonderful, grand old time, just exposing each other to the court. It's pretty fun so far. Oh, look at me! I'm just laughing like a cackling madman. I don't have any purple? Nobody don't have any purple. Yeah, just lurking? It's all good, man. Yeah, everybody's free to lurk. Everybody's free to do whatever they want as long as you're here. It means a lot. This new Gundam is for show. Is for show? Is for show. No, that doesn't sound right, man. But I guess if you got this Azabi, then that might make sense. It might make a bit of sense. So it's like, well, here's the thing. It would have been a completely different story if Char didn't want to make things fair. And it would have been just as much of a one-sided fight than the new was in actuality in Char's counterattack. Because Char got bodied pretty bad. So blame it on that notion of honor. Don't click on the list. And click on the list. Here. Wait, can you hear me? Wait. So whenever I do this... Wait. No. That makes sense. Ah, come on. It should be. Back. Come in. Let's try that. It's gonna really get him a little bit. Let's see. Mixer. Probably to find some way in order to make this work. Probably to so it's a little bit more feasible. Oh no, it's a pretty expensive mixer. I went by a cheap ass mic for that application, but it's one that I've been using for quite some time. But say for a good fact that should be because if I do just a normal voice, it's just fine. But whenever I do anything with like effects, it's just I don't know. I honestly don't know if that might be something that has to be adjusted or not. Yeah, let me just test this out a little bit more. Because, maybe I'm gonna have to up the gain a little bit more too, so it's a little bit more feasible. Just because of that, don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up they can get away with what you're saying. Now I also gotta pinpoint exactly where. It also falls into place too. Maybe it might be system. Nope, that can't be system. Line in. Can't be line in, but I can probably mess around with that a little bit more. Testing. Testing. Sample. No, not do much. There must be something I can do though. something I can't really define at that point. I'm just going to have to figure that out somewhere down the line. Like, if I could just simply monitor what I'm trying to get out of this whole thing, I might be able to get it. I'm about to just look at some tutorials to see how I can maximize the volume on the FX stuff. Because I've done it before, and I don't think anybody's had too many complaints about it. But I guess whenever I'm trying to like speak in this kind of manner, but that's where it starts to take it. What about that, though? I mean, it was an attempt. Maybe it's a bad sense. 20 decibels? Maybe. Well, right? Just to really be sure that I'm really doing myself properly. Just. Okay, now I feel okay. Now I feel okay. Yes, breaks up. Yes, breaks up. Yes. Yeah, that's gonna get annoying. Yeah, that's actually gonna be annoying. Hmm. Oh, I'll see what else I can do on that regard. Hmm. Yeah, I might have to take a look at this video whenever I get a chance. I gotcha. I have to check back on like my Travis Strikes Again playthrough because if this wasn't much of an issue, or maybe I haven't really looked back at it, maybe. Let me not dilly down for too long though. Well, that's bad. Yes. Okay, let's try. Nope, it's stuck. Escape. Whatever it could be. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Okay. Test. I'll just mess around with it later. Yeah, it's just mostly test runs. But the build stream, the building portion is going to be coming up soon. Break tackle. Da, 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 da. Let me pick a lock. Alright, saved. I don't have any resist death stuff on at the moment. But once I do get to that point, it should help me out. I see legendary. Uppercut. Yeah! It just looks so disrespectful, man. That burst grab into. Man, it just looks absolutely disrespectful. Double tackle. Oh, that's cute. Oh, player this time. Oh, I could do that. Oh, right, it's a shield attack. And to the corner you go. Oh, H3 Fortress. Get punched. No escape. It beamed. Okay. Now, this is just turning into an absolute furball situation. Everything and everyone is just all clustered together. Just a whole mass of confusion. This thing's got durability though. I remember this song being like an anthem of the past decade. If there was a huge fight scene, there's no doubt about this song is ever going to be playing in someone's Flash animation. It was that legendary. Because it was a significant portion, it was a significant part of X5's story. The fight between X and Zero. Oh, up to launch. Jeez, how much health do you have? Man, oh man, my tricep is still on fire from yesterday. Like, it wasn't too much of an intensive workout, but it was still something that's lingering. Ugh. Ooh, nice. Alright, so this should be a good time to take a bit of a small break, drink some water for a bit, and then I can get to the build process. So, I'll be right here, just gonna have my mic muted for a bit, and once we're back, we're getting into it. Alright. I'm hydrated, ready to go, and just about to start building. It's gonna be an interesting one. Well, I wouldn't say an interesting one, but it should be interesting to see how my thought process is gonna be compiled. So, let me just throw these up. And we can go from there. Now then. I thought about the base. I know for a fact the head's definitely going to be the Rosemi Zulu. However, everything else is going to be very scatterbrained in my perspective. Well, only makes sense until it's all together. Let me just have her image up on my other monitor so I can actually see properly and keep track. Alright. Off to a good start. Now, what I'm looking at here is it's pretty basic. But to find something that would match that basic level of detail would be a little interesting at most. Do I have everything filtered? No, I don't have anything filtered. So maybe I can kinda get away. Maybe not. Or maybe I can. I think I might actually get away with actually putting a Gaffran part. Surprise, surprise. Because I've been thinking for the longest, how can I put in a Gaffran at any point in time? We'll see how this kind of plays out. But the Rosemi Zulu is definitely going to be an all-star pick. Now, the major thing that really bothers me, though, about the Gaffran is that its side skirt, its skirting is just weird. And I can't really do much about that. But if it colors properly, I might as well just stick with it. Or, no, forget it. Rosemi Zulu, or I might even also go with Gian Archer. Let's see. You see, where's 00? Yeah, it just works. The only thing I'm missing out on is the little detailing that I could probably throw in. I do have something to mimic the lining and something to mimic maybe the frills to some degree. Backpack, or wait, arms. I do have Rose Gundam actually. Yes. It's a shame that we're probably never going to see an actual high grade of this in a modern sense until maybe like another anniversary of G Gundam, and that's kind of going a little bit far off the deep end there. We barely have anything outside of like the rest of the Shuffle Alliance. We don't have Maxter, we don't have Rose, we don't have Dragon, we don't have... That's a crime. That is an actual crime now that I think about it. Why do we not have modern high grades of those? Is it too much? Stargazer. Let me see. Maybe Crossbone? Oh, yeah, yep. Maybe if I can find different pairs of legs, I might be able to find something that might be a better fit and something that can also mimic something else. Hey, Jefferson, what's up? Wait, did someone have like a rapier? Maybe. Oh, which strike? The ale strike or what's the other one? strike route. Oh, OG strike. It's a pretty fun suit. Somewhat a bit technical on the aspect that you mostly bounce between a few packs, mostly the IWSP and sometimes sword. Buster, not Buster, launcher, you don't really mess around too much unless if you're really confident in your shots. But it just comes out too slow for it to be reliable. Because I've played a bit of Strike every now and then too. It's a fun suit. But Sword Strike having the most ridiculous melee priority just from his 5B alone it's legendary. Because I remember even seeing that on a Japanese wiki that his neutral melee attack has so much priority that on the wiki it just says judgment. Judgment for who? Judgment for the poor person that tried to go up against you without even having a game plan. That's how bad it was. That's how good it was, I mean. And how bad it was to be demoralized the moment you try to contest against a Sword Strike like that. It's always hilarious seeing that happen until it happens to you. Then there's problems. I might go to Matamina with this one. But the skirting is the one thing that's probably missing the most. So maybe I might go back to the Rosen Zulu and just stick with that. Man, I just wish this game actually had more vegan suits. Because the Gafran just does not have a whole lot of compatibility with anything else. It really doesn't. Like, I could try to brute force a few things, but if I look at it for a moment and just clashing against something or just clipping through, it just agitates me. It just agitates me to no particular end, and it just unnerves me. Like, they probably should have put in like Zetas M. They probably could have put in like the big bruiser version of the Zetas. I forget which configuration it was. They should also put like the Zadra and Legolas, just to name a few, because those at least are basic enough that if you slap it on anything else, it would make sense. But the Gafran is just weird. Like, everything else from its torso to its arms are okay, even the backpack. But when you get to its legs, that's where it becomes Ashita Central. And it just pains me. I hate that. Because when it comes to my custom designs, it's just, I wanted to make it as clean looking as possible, even if it's a bit on the ugly side. And I'm willing to take compromises in order to do so. Yeah, let me switch to something else. Nope, that's not it. I'm probably just gonna have to set on loop at this point. Yeah, at least in Armor Core, you could just kind of slap things together and it works. You could forego aesthetics just so as long as you could crush anything in your path. Give that tank some blade arms and you might as well be just cruising with bruising capabilities. Like, there's a lot of different principles that apply when it comes to customization. And it all depends on two things remotely: usability and utility, and aesthetics. So it can have the most ridiculous looking custom, but if it can destroy things in a matter of seconds, you have yourself a winner. Same thing as if it looks good, but it just ends up being like a flashy hand grenade, it's just not gonna do much for you. But if it can really do some serious damage, you can just get away with it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have nothing to really be concerned about. If that thing can just really outboost 9-ball, you have my complete and utter you have my sponsorship. You have my sponsorship. Like, if you can provide like a picture of the your AC, then I'll be more than happy to give it a nice little rating on how I feel. Alrighty. Let me see. Yeah, this seems much more fitting for a rose, right? Something with thorns, something that would make you really regret ever stepping up to this kind of thing. Bash it, smash it, puncture it, do whatever. But let's make it bigger. Oh, it just fits on the arm pretty well. Yeah, let's do it. Alright, now for backpack. And nothing that's gonna completely overlap. Which is gonna be rather tough considering almost everything that I have is just gonna keep clashing with Rose's Rose's shoulder armor. So it's just a very standard backpack. This might work. And this might work as well. Doesn't clash too much. Yep, if you're wondering what this song is, this is the Willamette Parkview Mall from Castlevania vs. Capcom UAS. I just have that on loop because it's one of the most relaxing songs I can find. No problem. Hmm. Let's think. Let's think. Here I rule. Do I go with that, or is there something else that I can probably throw into the mix? There's gotta be something that does not clash with the shoulder armor whatsoever. Would this work? No, the sub arms, it just kind of gets in the way. Mm. Nope. You know what? This might actually work. No, I think this is as much as I can muster with this one, actually. Yep, shield Gundam Rose. I hate that it doesn't go all the way to the top because you haven't picked it. Let's go to the head. Does that be? Well, I have no reason to play GBO2 anymore. I deleted it off my hard drive again, and I'm never going back to GBO2 because of it. You kidding me? Yeah, I might as well be playing dress up at this point. It's the most therapeutic thing I can ever think of. But yeah, you can put in cool stuff solo. You know what? I wouldn't 10. But thanks for the 10 bits. Your dance rage is definitely valuable. Hmm. Yeah, I'm roughly in the same boat on that too, because I've only started with like 4 Answer, and I've never played anything else. I never played anything before 4 Answer or after that, which is quite the kick in the nads in retrospect. Thinking about it now, but it's a good thing I have an emulator in order to get those games and just enjoy them at my own leisure. Well, let me take a look. Oh, yeah, that looks pretty nice. That really does look nice. All right, let me actually. Where is it? Eye sensitivity sensor. Bug. Get away. Let me move it back. Usually designed it for it to be used on any missions, so when we swap things, should be the okay. So everything else is just pretty much good to go. It's just the weapons that were the most important things to really worry about. All right, all right. let's put something on the chest. Up. And gonna have it tilt back. Sink it down. There we go. Now, the most important thing would definitely be the coloring. And if the GAN does not provide in that department, I'm probably going to switch it out. Sadly to say, but I guess that's where it lies. So do not disappoint me. This. Both legs. Alright, let's do this thing. Now, let me see. You know what? It's gonna bother me. I might as well just go back to the Rosen Zulu at that point. It just fits. It's not like I can see behind her too to see if she's wearing high heels or not, so you can kind of cheat a little bit. Take some liberties. Take some liberties here and there, and just roll with it. So it's more of like a dark red. Let me brighten it up a little bit, actually. There's the color. There it is. Let's darken that gold. So go for a bit more of a weird little tint. Like that. Oh, the arms. Just gonna make this the parts. Make them black. That and make this pink. But let's darken it so it's a little bit more resemblant of a gradient. Alright, that should be good. These. I guess you just leave it like that. Arms with the dirty gold. Make this a brighter shade of seafoam green. That should be good. Okay, yes, I can make the tips on the red. Make this. One thing seems to be working. Is Wilson 2 supposed to have that clipping? I doubt it. Yeah, so maybe I can cheat it with a little bit of a brighter shade of. Yeah, something like that. Though, I guess on the shoulders, where it's like the most white, I can probably change it to match the cape. So it's a little bit more balanced out. Yeah, that could actually work. Back. I don't need to change too much on the thrusters. And on the head, I could change this. Her eyes seem more of like a amber side. Maybe it goes into like a bit of a tint here and there too. So to find that ballpark would be rather interesting. Especially when it comes to the lights. I think that might be the color. This is the dirty gold. Make this that. Let's just try to match it a little. Oh, this is gonna be fun, and not in the good kind of way. The thorns, which could probably mask with the tubing, could be in more dark brown or dark green. Kind of hard to pinpoint exactly what it is, but it looks like it can just do a little bit of cheating. Yeah, like so. It's not as noticeable. But I can kind of get away with that. And it's a bright shade of pink for the entirety of the head, really. And I think there we have it. So I could go back to the Sinaju, maybe make the tubes a little bit more. Nah. Okay, we got white rose, pink rose. Okay. Well, I'm almost done, so I'll be right back. Just gonna take care of something real quick.